docked 3 days ago.
Huh? No.
You shopping for... I ought to mention, the Iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
This place wasn't...
Looks like we're doing this!
What was that?
Take 'em down!
Confirmed! Better take a look.
Iconoclast!
Everyone all right? Cap! That's how it's done, Captain.
infamous Amber Heights.
Folks in Amber Heights always manage to find a bottle or two of the good stuff.
Jackass is incoming!
Score, Cap!
Everyone all right?
I hear you're into Graham's philosophist hogwash, Felix.
Yeah, if by philosophist hogwash you mean the virtues of enlightened anarchy.
Organization separates us from the animals. You ever seen a rapt leg plumbing? You see sprats running around building roads? Maybe the folks we have at the top ain't exactly leadership material. But if we tore the whole thing down, we'd be kings and queens of a wasteland.
Correction? Kings and queens of an awesome wasteland.
I'll take toilets over freedom any day of the week.
Those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for rat musk.
Bet they also pay to make it stink.
I must have hunted a dozen, but I could.
Manipillars ain't got pheromone.
At least I'm getting a good haul of. You're in good hands, traveling with Monarch's top merc. Still, if you want any rat gland.
Always wanted to visit Stellar Bay. Taking the sights, the sounds, Wait, what's that smell?
You'll get used to it. Give it 10 or 15 years. You're alive.
Are these...
What's that noise?
Don't mess with the best!
That's what you get.
Here they come.
That's the last of him!
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Incoming! Incoming! Heading back! Get them! Making tracks! I'm going! Nice hit! Let me go!
Get in their face!
On my way! Gotcha!
Seeing things.
Bring him down!
Bring him down! Down! Lost sight of him! They're in my sight!
Moving! Heading out!
Can't do... Sure!
Sorry, can't do that! I'm going! No problem, I'll head over!
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Good to see you.
Is it done? Well, damn. Contractor grew a conscience. As your employer, I'm both angry. Technically, I owe you an exit interview. Care to justify your betrayal of our... You're awfully quick to trust someone who offed her colleagues and called it a good start. Out of my office.
You think maybe she's got an itchy trigger finger?
I like her, Captain. Let's go before we have to paint this off.
arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab.
I've kept myself busy in your absence. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly 0 progress. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. Sir, it wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny. Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the Rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this, why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. Certainly. Old hibernation mask. Had to remove it, you know, in case you were prone to vomiting.
Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering. Welcome back. How can... Take care.
You know, they're gonna make a serial about our... I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Get it? Yeah, I've been thinking... Thrilling Tales of the Unreliable. Or maybe... Spine-chilling stories from the edge of the system. Was also considering astounding... I'm part... Yeah, we got a job to do. We're hijacking a lost colony ship and stealing the hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn... Come on, boss. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing. Good to see you. So we just sat around a table talking about a severed arm. Of all the weird things that happened on this ship, that ranks somewhere in the middle. You ever watch The Masked Marketeer? Episode 5 of The Masked Marketeer. First appearance of a recurring villain. Big ol' galoot, built like one of those industrial-class garbage compressors. His name? Tiny. Every adventure serial's gotta have a supporting character with an ironical name. Masked Marketeer had a massive bruiser named Tiny, and we got ourselves a real unfortunate hullhead named Lucky. Coincidence? I think not. We're freelancers. We take any job we can get. But this one? The dying message of a stranger. A severed hand delivered in a crate. Let's just say it beats flying around the colony running errands. So, of course, I'm gonna be excited. You know me, boss. Yeah, but...
Hey, should've get off the pot, damn it. Are you listening in there? You can't be hogging the facilities for 40 damn minutes. You ought to see a doctor. You got a condition or something. Hey, Cap. Sure. Right now, I'm feeling like a king. Like I'm being misled at best. At worst, walking into a trap. Hey.
If I still believed in the grand plan, a revelation like this would have... Knowing you, I can only assume you have already... Well, when you figure it out, you can... Your propensity for wanton violence hasn't failed us. Anything you'd like... Perhaps it's just my judicious nature, but I think we should be careful if we're following up on this... Lucky. I've always felt caution as the best approach when one has delivered a message attached to a severed limb. He sounded lost, perhaps slightly untethered from reality. A feeling I know all too well. It doesn't strike me as a setup, but I still advise caution. Why not? It is...
You want to ask about anything in particular? It sure is lonely out here on the edge of the...